All right, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I'd like to call the December 18th, 2023 Crest Hill City Council meeting to order at 7 o'clock p.m. I would ask for everyone to please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance to the flag. I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Roll call, please, Chris.
Ray Solomon.
Here.
Glenn Conklin.
Present.
Scott Dyke.
Present.
John Boucher.
Here.
Darrell Jefferson.
Here.
Claudia Gazal.
Here.
Tina Oberlin.
Present.
Mark Lapidi.
Here.
Nate Albert.
Here.
And Joe Kubal.
Here.
Thank you.
Okay, you have before you the minutes of the City Council meeting held on December 4th, 2023 with the corrections. Motion would be in order.
So moved.
Second.
We have a motion by Alderman Jefferson, seconded by Alderwoman Gazal, for the approval of the minutes of the City Council meeting held on December 4th, 2023 with the corrections. Questions or comments? Roll call, please.
Scott Dyke.
Yes.
John Boucher.
Yes.
Darrell Jefferson.
Yes.
Claudia Gazal.
Yes.
Tina Oberlin.
Yes.
Mark Lapidi.
Yes.
Nate Albert.
Yes.
Joe Kubal.
Yes.
Motion carries.
You also have before you the minutes of the work session held on December 5th, 2023. Motion would be in order.
And second.
We have a motion by Alderwoman Gazal, seconded by Alderman Jefferson for the approval of the minutes of the special work session held on December 5, 2023. Questions or comments? Roll call.
John Boucher.
Yes.
Darrell Jefferson.
Yes.
Claudia Gazal.
Yes.
Tina Oberlin.
Yes.
Mark Lapidi.
Yes.
Nate Albert.
Yes.
Joe Kubal.
Yes.
Scott Dyke.
Yes.
Motion carries. Thank you.
You have before you the minutes of the work session held on December 11th, 2023. Motion would be in order.
So moved.
And second.
We have a motion by Alderman Boucher, seconded by Alderman Jefferson for the approval of the work session minutes held on December 11, 2023. Questions or comments? Roll call.
Claudia Gazal.
Yes.
Tina Oberlin.
Yes.
Mark Lapidi.
Yes.
Nate Albert.
Yes.
Joe Kubal.
Yes.
Scott Dyke.
Yes.
John Boucher.
Yes.
Darrell Jefferson.
Yes.
Motion carries. Thank you.
And the last one you have before you, the minutes of the special work session held on December 13, 2023. Motion would be in order.
So moved.
Second.
We have a motion by Alderwoman Gazal, seconded by Alderman Boucher for the approval of the special work session minutes held on December 13, 2023. Questions or comments? Roll call, please.
Tina Oberlin.
Yes.
Mark Lapidi.
Yes.
Nate Albert.
Yes.
Joe Kubal.
Yes.
Scott Dyke.
Abstain.
John Boucher.
Yes.
Darrell Jefferson.
Yes.
Claudia Gazal.
Yes.
Motion carries. Thank you.
Okay, I would ask for council's concurrence to deviate from the agenda. We do have several special guests in the audience tonight, the winners of our holiday decoration for the houses. So I'd like to turn it over to our committee members from the events committee, Alderman Nate Albert, and Alderman Mark Sapiti.
Sorry, it's a longer walk than it used to be.
A little bit.
Not as young as you used to be.
Yeah, that's good too. Thanks for pointing that out.
There's that.
Yeah, thanks for taking a few minutes here to congratulate and recognize the residents that have put a lot of hard work and dedication into decorating their homes. There was a lot of entries this year, and it was some stiff competition. We have some repeat winners, but we also have some new winners here for 2023. As most of you know, I spend way too much of the month of November decorating my house for Christmas, and it is a tremendous amount of time that these people put in, and I just want them to know that it's very appreciative in the entire city, so thank you. Some of the runners-up that aren't necessarily getting a prize this evening, I do want to mention them because they have, again, done a lot of hard work. One of the residents, Mr. Sam Cellino, he was very proud to decorate his entire home with his cane and his walker, going around the house, putting up lights. He also has a couple of Christmas trees in his front yard that are ornament wishing trees and memorial trees. So he's very proud of that, and it looks very nice, and I appreciate that Sam does that for our neighborhood. Billy Ramsack, he lives on Inner Circle Drive. He enters almost every year. He does a great job with blow molds and stuff in his yard, so we appreciate all the hard work that Billy's done on Inner Circle. A couple other ones here real quick. The Sakala family on Red Oak Trail, the Gallardo family on Lock Lane, the Heinrich family on Root Street, and I mentioned Sam. So let's get into some of the winners. Like I said, we have a couple of new winners this year, and we'll have a first, second, third, and then 2 finalists. It was kind of pretty much a tie for those last 2, because they both turned out to be really nice homes. So as a finalist, we have for the first time this year, Steve and Nicole Swan at 2267 Caton Farm Road. Steve and Nicole have a 20-foot Santa in their, you guys can come up if you like. They have a 20-foot tall Santa in their front yard, as well as lights all the way up in that tree. So great job getting them up that high. Did you rent a lift for that? Nice.
Just a pull off Amazon.
Oh, very good. It looks beautiful. You have a $25 gift card to Firewater.
Oh, cool. Thank you very much.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
All the winners here tonight will also receive a 2023 commemorative City of Crest Hill ornament to hang on their Christmas tree. Also as a finalist, oh, there's Steve and Nicole's home there on the screen. Also as a finalist, they will receive a $25 Mickey's gift card. The Kerwin family. The Kerwin family is at, let's see, oh, look at that, Karen. There it is. Next page. There it is. Kerwin family, 2019 Water Tower Place. And they're here. Stephanie had emailed me over the weekend. Because of the rain, there was a tremendous amount of technical issues that a lot of people that decorate their homes know that water and electricity don't necessarily work together real well. So I know that their lights were out during the rain, but the judges were able to see the great work they did. So.
I would be remiss out. She made me stand up, but I threw my neck out. She put out 100% of the lights by herself this year, so she deserves all the credit. It's probably not something you hear often, so.
Good job. All right, our third place winner, also a repeat winner here, Mr. Kevin Schultz and his girls at 532 Elsie Avenue. Kevin and his girls have a lot of homemade cutouts in their front yard. Every square inch of their yard there on Elsie is lit up with lights, and has been for several years. So congratulations. Your prize is a $50 gift card to Prairie Bluff Restaurant. So enjoy. Our second place winner is also a repeat winner, Mr. Carl Lovinson. Carl lives at 1720 Rainer Avenue. And pardon the light on this picture, but I think you get the idea. Carl lives on one side of that duplex. Can you guess which side it is? He's got lights all over the roof and in the yard, and he also, I think, new this year, he had the Santa out front. So, and the Santa on the chimney, yes. Looks very good. Thank you for all your hard work. You got a $75 gift card to Marishka's Restaurant. And last but certainly not least, this gentleman seems to add something new that's very unique every year, and he has blown away the judges again this year. Mr. Mark Puttridge at 20420 Spruce Lane has done a tremendous job. He has added a Santa that is kind of creeping over the fence this year. So very, very cool design. I've seen something similar up in Rosemont when you're driving down 294, so I don't know if that's where he got it. Very cool. And then also on the other side, he has the Grinch that's stealing some of the Christmas lights. So Mark here will be the winner of a $100 gift card to Crusade Burger Bar. So congrats. That's all I got. Thank you. Thanks to the winners. Congrats to the winners, and thank you for lighting up the city of Crest Hill. Appreciate it. And you certainly don't have to stay for the rest of this meeting.
Well, congratulations to all the winners. I know it's a lot of work. There were some beautiful days, I think, that you had to work with this year, which was a blessing. So congratulations to everybody that participated, to the judges, to the committee for all their hard work, and to everybody that's decorated throughout the city. If you ride around through the city of Crest Hill, you see a lot of homes decorated. So thanks to everybody. And on behalf of the city of Crest Hill, we certainly want to wish each and every one of you a blessed and Merry Christmas and a happy and healthy New Year. And if any of you would like to come to the podium and make any comments, you're certainly welcome to in regards to your house or your decorations that you have on. Feel free. Seeing none, we'll move on with the agenda items of the meeting to our city attorney, Mike Stiff. Good evening, Mike.
Good evening, Mayor and Council. I do not have any agenda items, although I drafted a bunch of the,
We cannot hear you.
Good evening, Mayor and Council. I do not have any agenda items, although I did write some of the other resolutions that will be up for consideration later, but I'm happy to answer any questions that you might have right now.
Any questions of city attorney?
I do have like a long statement of comments, and I know you and we talked about it before the meeting, but I would like this for the record. Just bear with me, and it's gonna be a little bit long. So, as most of you know, last Monday, I questioned our lobbyist, John Hazard, about the sign that is located on Runwick Road, the 13-acre parcel and 100-yard outdoor gun range. Mr. Hazard reached out to me the next day to inform me that Illinois General Assembly passed a bill with a House amendment that will have the language regarding the transfer, and nothing was mentioned about the gun range. Also does not name the city of Crest Hill in that bill either. Another negative surprise to Crest Hill. Another shady transaction to the city by the state. Transparency when land is conveyed by the State Department correction to any taxi entity. Putting tax on another bill that had absolutely nothing to do with it. All of the area that is within the Crest Hill is precious to the city's future. Transparency has to be at the front foot of any transaction that has to do with land in Crest Hill. These questionable lands transactions keep occurring on a property that was owned by the State Department of Correction, late and led conveyance to the Lockport Township Fire District. No consideration to Crest Hill. The Lockport Township, Will County, Forest Preserve have all been subject in a land transaction with the Department of Correction without notice to Crest Hill. As we all know, Crest is a landlocked. Every parcel in this city is central to its future and its ability to provide services to its residents. I will formally support a motion or a movement by the city to demand transparency, to demand consideration when conveyance is being given to all these taxing bodies who will maintain the ability of the city to reclaim any taxes to the property they are giving away. When property is being given to other taxing bodies, the city loses the ability of taxation and perpetuation of the city services. Conveyance like this affects the city as a future. Last Monday, Mayor, you stated that in all fairness, was all preliminary. Mayor, however, is not preliminary. I was given a tax bill that its conveyance was acted upon. It states that this property was quit claim to Lockport Township Fire District. This bill was sponsored by many senators, but one of our local senators, John Connor, back in the day, which now he's a judge. And then I learned that in fact, Lockwood Township Fire District had met with you, Mayor, and Maura Magoni. We need to take action now. There has been action on part of the state that has been conveyed. Also, I want the city to have the ability to look into preparing an ordinance that will give the city the ability to accept or reject the use of the gun range in our area. And I am gonna give credit also to Mr. Dyke about this, that we talk about the gun range, like about looking into an ordinance, and I appreciate that. And also to my alderman here, that him and I, this is gonna affect our resident and our woods right in our backyard, so we've been working together on this, and I know a couple council here as well, we've all been talking, like Tina and Brent has, Josh has it last Thursday, so I know most of us in here, we are in support, but this is gonna affect not only the city, it's gonna affect our ward. Do you wanna add anything to this?
Only that the residents in Ward 2 that are finding out about this is they're up in arms about it. None of them like it. We have a gun range we deal with District 5, and I can hear them practicing on the range at my house, and I live on Tahoe Lane, so the residents are up in arms about it, and if there's anything that we can do at this point in time, I think we should take the steps necessary to protect the interests of the residents. They pay taxes here too.
And in fairness to our attorney, he is doing his homework, and you do have something that you'd like to share with the rest of the council?
Well, yes. I did look into this and speak with Josh Hassert the day after the last meeting. He sent me information regarding the original legislation, which was originally a Senate bill that dealt with property in Kankakee County. At some point in the legislative process, there were 2 House amendments to the original Senate bill. It was the second House amendment that actually added the information and the transfer of this property. The bill, one of the things that Claudia suggested was this actually already done, or was there some way we could challenge it? So I did confirm that the second House amendment was included in the final legislation, which was passed and has been signed. I should note that as Claudia mentioned, the legislation does not refer to the Lockport Police Department at all. It does not reflect anything about the potential use as a gun range. In fact, the legislation says that the real property shall be used by the Lockport Township Fire Protection District for a training center, and that if the Lockport Township Fire Protection District ceases to exist, if the real property is used for any purposes other than a training center, or if an attempt is made to sell the property, then the title shall revert without further action to the state of Illinois. Sorry about that.
You made noise.
It would revert back to the state of Illinois without further action. I don't think that happens automatically, so I think if there is some discussion and an action application for a gun range is made to the city. I did speak last week about the fact that I think that any plans still need to come before the Crest Hill Plan Commission, because the property is in Crest Hill. It still needs to come before you after it goes through the Plan Commission. So whenever they get around to designing their building, whenever they have a site development plan, I think that has to follow the normal process that any other development would take in the city. And I would take the position that, if the zoning does not provide for a firing range, that if it's a special use, it would have to go through you and the Plan Commission for a special use. I reached out to Maura, but I still don't have an answer yet as to what potential uses are allowed on this property as currently zoned. So I am hoping to get together with Maura at some point to drill down a little bit deeper on what are the allowed uses for this as currently zoned. Because it might not support a firing range without a special use. It might not support a firing range without a rezoning. So any of that would have to come before not only your plan commission, but then before the council. But I don't think we're,
in all fairness, and we still need to look into an ordinance for future as well, to protect the city, to protect the resident, like I stated earlier, to have like half a mile range where, away from residential, just like the way we have with gambling, we have with other issues, ordinance in the city. We need to put something in place to protect the city. That will eliminate it right away. It doesn't matter who comes at this point.
I can take a look at the current zoning code and see whether that use, a gun range, is even addressed and whether there's any kind of restrictions on it. But Maura wrote the current zoning code, so I will ask her right off the bat rather than me diving into it, because she wrote the code. She should know that right off the top of her head.
Well, the point is, we don't wanna get to a level where they're saying, well, we've got this all designed and ready to go, and, what do you want us to do? No, we need to intercede now.
Well, and I think that, I don't know that they have any type of drawing or design at all yet.
Well, we didn't even know this was in existence, and look at what we found out, so nothing would surprise me at this point.
So let me respond to those comments. So we did meet. Also in that meeting was Lieutenant Esguerdo from the fire department, along with Chief John O'Connor. Also was Don Seaman, our building commissioner, and also was Steve Goldman, our interim city administrator at the time. And it was, again, as I stated at that December 11th work session, it was all preliminary. There was just a wish list. They had no plans. Just to let council know that I did speak with Fire Chief John O'Connor the next day on December 12th, and I told him that there was some concern. He told me they still did not have an engineering firm or an architect to draw up all the plans. They did hire one. He said it was just a week earlier. So as soon as they get those plans, I'm sure we'll have more of a discussion at this table of what they're thinking of. I asked him if he would be willing to come to one of our work sessions in January and to answer any preliminary questions that the city council had. And he said, you tell me which day you want us to be there and we will be there. So we have the 8th, we have the 22nd, we have the 29th in January, all for work sessions. So we will have him here. They can answer any questions that they have. If they have plans from an architect by that time, they'll certainly can share them with you. Again, this was just a wish list, and I think they were just kind of pushing everything out there. And there wasn't anything to bring to the council at that time.
The fact that they met with you and you didn't say anything to the council, to me, is disturbing. The fact that it's a Ward 2 and you didn't include the council, and you include Ward 2, it's disturbing to me. The fact that there was a sign there and they posted on social media what exactly is gonna come, it is disturbing to me. It is disturbing that, as our lobbyist said, it was done deal under the table, not from the city of Crest Hill. As our attorney said, it was an amendment. It was an amendment on top of amendment that it was done under the table, a deal, so this Crest Hill will know. That is disturbing to me as well. And I cannot sit and wait. I don't know how you can be so cool about it, oh, it's all preliminary, when we could have taken actions. We can take actions right now. Well, we're gonna wait until they do something. When you say preliminary, what is preliminary? There's a big sign there.
Again, they do not even have architect drawings yet of what they are envisioning there.
But they posted on social media exactly what they're gonna put there.
I don't even know if their fire is in agreement with this. I'm not sure about it.
Okay, well, regardless.
They got the land given to them.
And they announced that this is what they're gonna do.
All right, we'll have him here. We'll have him here, and he
It's out there.
can answer some questions that anybody may
Well,
have.
I hope anything else from here and on that will know about it, so we can stop it.
Right, can I
Because
ask,
we don't want to garbage beyond our homes.
I'm sorry, can I ask, in that meeting, was it made clear to them that they need to come to us
Yes. They
for
were asking
any
us questions
approvals?
such as zoning, which we didn't have the answers to. They were
Okay.
asking us about special use, but we didn't have anything permanent that they wanted to discuss with us. Again, it was just the infancy stages of a discussion. That's all it was.
But again, it's clear, I mean,
And more is in the process now of getting back to them on some of the things that they need to do going forward if they want to proceed.
and they've not suggested that we don't have to follow Crest Hill's zoning code or building codes. They've not, nobody has suggested that. Because I know that, like I said, with the state police new crime lab, because it's the state, they have taken the position that they don't have to follow our building and zoning because it's the state. But again, this is not the state anymore. This is now the fire protection
Correct.
district's property.
I think they understand that they have to follow our rules and regulations since the property now is
I think maybe
under
we
their
need to,
jurisdiction in Crest.
I think we need to make it clear.
I think maybe that if they've indicated the willingness to come, why don't we figure out which work session in January at which we want them here? And Mayor, you send a letter saying, here's the date that you are going to be there, and address the issues of working through us for your permitting and zoning application process.
I believe that's what more is in the process
Okay.
of putting together.
I just think that, I don't want them to say, well, you never said that, or that didn't come up. I think we need to make it very clear to them that we expect them to come to us with an application.
This is not their business. They're novices in this also.
So,
That's why they were asking the questions.
Okay.
Just to gather some information. That's all it was.
So who put the sign?
I assume they did.
Correct.
Maybe they're proud of what they want to build there.
I
don't
think
know.
the thing is, Mayor, is, I think a lot of us would have liked to heard you say that, oh, by the way, just informational right now, there was a meeting with the Fire Protection District that you had this meeting to let us know, but then we don't find out about it till afterwards. So the thing is that questions us in our mind is what other meetings are being held that we don't know about? What other things might be coming through you that we aren't foretold of until you feel we got your blessing to hear it?
Well, again, it was all a preliminary meeting at
But
the
still,
request
we
of the
could have
fire
been told.
department.
We could have been informed of it.
Okay,
This way we know.
all right.
Scott, I agree with you 100%. There's 8 people up here that were elected by the citizens of this city to represent them, and you cannot represent them in a full capacity when you are not given the information you need to do that. This is the same old thing all along I hear all over and over and over again. We speak about transparency, but we don't practice it, because if you look that word up in the dictionary, you're gonna see it, the meaning of it is totally different from what it's being used at here. And we constantly are not being told about things until we find out through a third party. And that's just not the way it should be. And I agree with you, and thank you for what you said.
Okay, we'll move on to the Public Works Department. Our Director of Public Works, Blaine Klein. Good evening, Blaine.
Good evening, Mayor and Council. 3 items for you tonight. Excuse me. First item, seeking approval of pay request number 11 from Vissering Construction Incorporated with direction to send it to the IEPA for approval and disbursement for a total amount of $1,125,265.68.
So moved as presented.
Second.
All right, we have a motion by Alderperson Oberlin, seconded by Alderman Jefferson for the approval of pay request number 11 from Vissering Construction Incorporated with direction to send it to the IEPA for approval and disbursement for a total amount of $1,125,265.68. Questions or comments? Roll call, please.
Mark Sepiti,
Yes.
Nate Albert,
Yes.
Joe Kubal,
Yes.
Scott Dyke,
Yes.
John Burchett, Darrell Jefferson.
Yes.
Claudia Gazal.
Yes.
And Tina Oberlin.
Yes.
Motion carries, thank you.
Second item we discussed last week was the chemical feed system upgrade, so seeking approval Resolution approving an agreement for chemical feed system upgrades by and between the City of Crest Hill, Will County, Illinois, and Strain Associates Incorporated.
So moved as presented.
Second.
We have a motion by Alderperson Overland, seconded by Alderman Sapiti for approval resolution for the purchase order for corrosion control treatment study to Cornwell Engineering Group.
That's the next item.
Oh, my fault. Approve a resolution approving an agreement for chemical feed system upgrades by and between the City of Crest Hill, Will County, Illinois, and Strand and Associates Incorporated. Questions or comments? Roll call.
Darrell Jefferson,
Yes.
Claudia Gazal,
Yes.
Tina Oberlin,
Yes.
Mark Sepiti,
Yes.
Nate Albert,
Yes.
Joe Kubal,
Yes.
Scott Dyke,
Yes.
John Rashay. Motion carries, resolution 1193.
Mike, before we move forward, there's not an amount on that resolution. Do we need to go back and include that?
What is the amount?
$34,200.
Yes, could we have the motion, whoever made the motion, could we have that be to include the amount in the resolution?
I will include the cost on the page at $34,200 in my motion.
To the second? For the change? The motion.
Second.
Mark,
No,
Second. Yeah.
another roll call?
Yeah, another roll call.
Darrell Jefferson,
Yes.
Claudia Gazal,
Yes.
Tina Oberlin,
Yes.
Mark Sepiti,
Yes.
Nate Albert,
Yes.
Joe Kubal,
Yes.
Scott Dyke,
Yes.
John Rashay. Motion carries.
Last item, to approve a resolution approving an agreement for corrosion control treatment study by and between the City of Crest Hill, Will County, Illinois, and Cornwell Engineering Group for $284,000.
So moved.
Second.
Motion by Alderwoman Gazal, seconded by Alderperson Overland, to approve a resolution for the purchase order for corrosion control treatment study to Cornwell Engineering Group for $284,000. Questions or comments? Roll call.
Nate Albert,
Yes.
Joe Kubal,
Yes.
Scott Dyke.
Yes.
John Rashay. Darrell Jefferson,
Yes.
Claudia Gazal,
Yes.
Tina Oberlin,
Yes.
Mark Sepiti.
Yes.
Motion carries, resolution 1194.
That's all I have for this evening, unless anyone has any questions.
Any questions of Public Works?
Yes, Blaine, over on Broadway, when you're headed north over by the viaduct, I don't know who would be responsible for the cleanup and pickup this mattress that's there, whether it be IDOT right there. I don't know if it'd be the railroad or if we have to take care of it, but if you could look into who would be responsible to get that picked up there. It's been there for like a week now.
Yep.
Thank you.
Okay, moving on to our city engineer, Ron Wiedemann. Good evening, Ron.
Anything on the agenda tonight, and I'd just like to wish the mayor, council, all the elected officials, staff, and the residents of Crest Hill a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. And if I have anybody has any questions, I'll be glad to answer them.
Merry Christmas to you as well. And I also wanted to tell you that those light poles look amazing. I love them.
Thursday is the end of day Thursday, I've been informed, is when they'll be turned on. So hopefully by the end of the week, we should see them on.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, thanks, Ron. Moving on to our community development interim, Ron Metzger. Good evening, Ron.
Good evening, thank you, Mayor, and good evening to the City Council. This is a follow-up, kind of a housekeeping issue that was discussed at the end of September, early October, in conjunction with Reza Auto Body's request for a flagpole setback variance. The fee that Reza paid per the city's current fee schedule was $1,000, and they asked for that to be reduced or waived. The council directed staff and the attorney to prepare the ordinance or the resolution that was included in the agenda materials tonight to reduce the fee for commercial flagpole variations going forward, not just for Reza, but for all future applicants, to $250. So I'm looking and asking for the council's approval of a resolution approving a revised project review fee schedule for commercial flagpole variation applications.
Motion will be in
So
order.
moved.
Second.
We have a motion by Alderman Sapiti, seconded by Alderwoman Gazal, to approve a resolution approving a revised project review fee schedule for commercial flagpole variation applications. Questions or comments? Roll call.
Joe Kubal,
Yes.
Scott Dyke,
Yes.
John Burchett, Darrell Jefferson,
Yes.
Claudia Gazal,
Yes.
Tina Oberlin,
Yes.
Mark Sepiti,
Yes.
Nate Albert.
Yes.
Motion carries, resolution 1195.
Anything else, Ron?
Merry Christmas and Happy New Year to all the elected officials and the rest of the staff and the community members are here tonight.
Okay, any questions of community development? All right, thanks, Ron. Moving on to our police department, our police chief, Ed Clark. Good evening, Ed.
Evening, Mayor and Council. I have two separate items on the agenda this evening. The first item is the request for approval of a resolution approving an agreement to purchase Motorola V700 body-worn camera system, and this agreement's between the City of Crest Hill and Motorola Solutions. As we spoke in the work session, our research centered around two separate major manufacturers of these body cameras. We came to the decision that we believed that Motorola body-worn camera was the better fit for our city and agency. They're both very similar. They both have cloud-based systems. They both have redaction software that we can use. They both offer the ability to refresh the equipment after 3 years. What really made our decision on the Motorola product was the fact that we already have our in-car system through Motorola. There's some interoperability with that system, as well as our systems in our radio transmission system, our Premier One records management system. And with that, we decided that we believed that Motorola was, in fact, the better way to go for this city. And I am formally requesting for this purchase of $146,000 for this body-worn camera system.
So moved.
Second.
We have a motion by Alderperson Oberlin, seconded by, who was it?
Nate.
Alderman Albert. To approve a resolution approving an agreement to purchase Motorola V700 body-worn camera systems by and between the City of Crest Hill, Will County, Illinois, and Motorola Solutions. Questions or comments?
Did we find out if there was a way to turn them off?
There is a way to turn them off, and the reason is there are some situations where you are mandated to turn them off during different
Like young
situations. But however, our policy will guide them on exactly when they have to have it on and when they have to have it off. And any violation of that policy will be a disciplinary process or possibly state charges at some point.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Roll call, please.
Scott Dyke,
Yes.
John Burchett.
Yes.
Darrell Jefferson,
Yes.
Claudia Gazal,
Yes.
Tina Oberlin,
Yes.
Mark Sepiti,
Yes.
Nate Albert,
Yes.
Joe Kubal.
Yes.
Motion carries, resolution 1196.
Thank you. The second item I have on the agenda this evening is the request to approve a resolution approving the job description for the position of Police Department FOIA Audio-Video Specialist and authorizing the advertising, selection, and hiring of a Police FOIA Audio-Video Specialist. It's a lot of words there. At a salary not to exceed $62,500. Mayor and Council, we have researched this position with the pending, obviously, body cam purchase. We know that there's going to be a very large amount of data that we're going to be generating with our 24-hour operation. We felt it was prudent for us to have this position. This position is going to have a lot of attention to detail skills, the ability to work with evidence, and truly be a specialist position. We want to be on the right side of things with this data and make sure we're doing everything correctly, and therefore I'll be asking for formal approval of this process.
Second.
We have a motion by Alderwoman Gazal, seconded by Alderman Dyke, to approve a resolution approving the job description for the position of Police Department FOIA Audio-Video Specialist and authorizing the advertising, selection, and hiring of a Police FOIA Audio-Visual Specialist at a salary not to exceed $62,500 annually. Questions or comments? Roll call.
John Burchett,
Yes.
Darrell Jefferson,
Yes.
Claudia Gazal,
Yes.
Tina Oberlin,
Yes.
Mark Sepiti,
Yes.
Nate Albert,
Yes.
Joe Kubal,
Yes.
Scott Dyke.
Yes.
Motion carries, resolution 1197.
Thank you, Mayor and Council. Just a couple items. We are going through the process for police officer for our 33rd officer. We're nearing the end. We're trying to get the medical exam set up. And if we can get the process finalized, I hope to hire this person by the end of the calendar year, and I would bring this candidate before you at a nearby council.
One thing I forgot to ask,
Yes, ma'am.
how long, is there a state mandate or government mandate, how long the body camera footage is to be held?
There is a mandate, I believe it's 90 days at this point.
Only 90 days?
Yes, at this point, for regular maintenance and regular maintaining of the data. If it's something to do with evidence, there'll be other state and federal guidelines that we have to maintain that and hold it.
There's also certain instances in which they are automatically flagged. Once they're flagged, they can't be destroyed, I don't think, ever.
Right.
Any other questions?
Yes, I want to thank you for that speed card. It's making things really smooth on the Gilbert purchase. It's been awesome. The lady with the dog that complains every day that she stopped me, she is really happy because she's, they're stopping. They're not stopping on the stop sign, but then at least they're slowing down. And also, I'm not sure if this is for you or for our public work director. Can we post on social media and the website about the snowfall? Because I know you guys take care of it, but I'm not sure who pulled it off.
Yeah, we actually met about that 2 weeks ago, so yeah, we'll take care of that.
Thank you so much.
And I have a question, Chief.
Yes, sir.
Nothing you reported about tonight, but is there an ordinance about people picking up behind the animals for the city of Crest Hill?
Yes, there's a specific ordinance.
Okay, and I'll get with you I need a few copies, 'cause it's bad over there, going down Boreal. I got a lot of residents complaining to me.
I can copy you the section of the code and send it to you by email if you'd like.
Yes, that would be sufficient. Thank you.
Okay, thanks, Ed.
Thank you.
All right, moving on to the mayor's report. One informational item and then one request for an ordinance. The first is for the approval of a liquor license for Lenny's Gas and Wash at Division Weber, which would be 1664 Weber Road. Lenny McHenry was the applicant for a packaged liquor license within the gas station. And this was vetted through the process that we have used for the last 14 years. And Lenny was here last week to meet and greet with the city council, and everything is in order. And the mayor recommends approval for the packaged liquor license, but it does need to be voted on by the city council to create the license. So, second agenda item is an ordinance amending the Code of Ordinances for the city of Crest Hill regarding alcoholic beverages in the city of Crest Hill. I would ask for council's concurrence to raise the number of Class E licenses in the city of Crest Hill from 10 to 11 for the approval of the packaged liquor license for the gas and wash at 1664 Weber Road.
So moved.
Second.
We have a motion by Alderwoman Gazal, seconded by Alderman Jefferson, for the approval of the ordinance amending the Code of Ordinances for the city of Crest Hill regarding alcoholic beverages. Questions or comments?
Yes, Mayor. I just want to make a comment. At last week's work session, I stated that I'd vote against this because I don't like how in the state of Illinois, liquor licenses are tied to video gaming. I think those two items are very much separate and should be separated. I don't believe that somebody that gets a liquor license, a packaged liquor license, should automatically be allowed to have video gaming. I think it kind of contradicts the business plan of a gas station for people to kind of just come in, get what they need, and move on, when they could be sitting there for hours playing a video game. I will be voting for it because I appreciate the fact that, again, it is packaged liquor and that's allowed at a lot of gas stations. I just would hope that at some point either the city or the state could consider separating the two, liquor license and video gaming. Thanks, Mayor.
Okay, roll call please, Chris.
Tina Oberlin,
Yes,
Mark Sepiti,
Yes.
Nate Albert,
Yes.
Joe Kubal,
Yes.
Scott Dyke,
Yes.
John Burchett. Darrell Jefferson.
Yes.
Claudia Gazal.
Yes.
Motion carries ordinance 1970.
And Mayor, before you continue, I know that there is a delay because of the pipeline that the road improvements couldn't be done on Division Street in front of the gas and wash. Do we have any time frame of when that's actually gonna be corrected?
Hopefully, it's going to be the spring or summer of 2025. Kinder Morgan has total control over that gas pipeline. Maybe our city engineer can add anything further?
24 or 25?
25.
All I know is we sometime maybe in '24, that's all I know. I wouldn't say spring or summer. Last thing I was told was sometime in '24, is when those entrances, will be constructed. Like Mayor said, Kinder Morgan's kind of under control of some of that work. I know that, Gas and Wash is here. I don't know if they have any additional information that they might want to bring up on it. But as part of their, occupancy, their temporary occupancy, there will be some signage that will be installed, at those two entrances, to tell them to go to use Randish in order to get in there, so.
I'm very, very nervous that people heading northbound on Weber are going to try to turn into that right in, right out. Because I observed today that it's not a raised median there on Weber like I originally thought. So I hope that either Mr. McHenry can put a sign up, or the county could put a sign up that absolutely says no left turns into the property on northbound Weber. They have to go to Randage.
The county required I thought the median to be extended, didn't it? For the right in, right out on Weber?
Lon, if you can come to the podium, please.
Yeah. I don't have the plans in front of me right now, but.
Hi, Mayor and Board. I'm really not knowledgeable to probably to comment on. I've looked at it a few times. It seems like I remember it being raised. I mean, it's identified well that it's a right in, right out, and then the full access is, I don't know, 100 yards north with the full access, and I have seen the signs that say, use Randage Road for northbound Weber, and there are a number of big signs there that are gonna be placed out there to direct the traffic. Especially,
Actually, I just opened up the set of plans, the set of civil drawings that were approved. The median at Weber was to be extended to the south, past the right in, right out. I don't know exactly how much, but it looks like here, maybe 100 and so feet south of there, as part of the county requirements. Obviously, that work's not done yet, so I mean, that's probably work that they're planning on doing when they finish the intersection. But maybe temporarily, as you said, maybe Gas and Wash can put something there that says they can't get in there. That was the reason of them extending the median, so people don't try to sneak in that right in, right out on Weber Avenue.
See, this is the type of stuff that I get really disappointed at, because the infrastructure should be in place before the property is allowed to operate their business. And we have absolutely no entrance off of Division Street. So when cars do end up turning westbound on Division Street, thinking that they can pull into the property, they're not able to. So it just, I know it's the pipeline, I know there's reasons, but I just still feel like we gotta light a fire to get these types of improvements done.
Well, as long as you're at the podium, welcome to the city of Crest Hill. I know you're planning on opening up on Friday the 22nd, so certainly take some time to introduce yourself and to tell people about what you have to offer inside the gas station also.
okay, before we get started, I also have Alex with us. So, I'm Lenny, and this is Alex. So, if you're reaching out to us and you can't reach me, you can reach Alex, and so it's. I just thought it'd be good to meet him and him to meet you guys.
Nice to meet you, Alex.
So thanks for having us. and we're happy to be part of Crest Hill. We're a local company, and we're a neighborhood business. We're opening our 28th location this Friday at Division and Weber, and we're neighborhood friendly. We're a neighborhood business, and I think our business fits in well to the neighborhood. Along with gas and wash, we will have a drive-through Dunkin' Donuts. They're going to open at 4 or 5 o'clock. Whatever their hours are there, and we have a Takahino Tacos, which will be their 11th store with us, and everybody compliments their menu and their food. So I think both of those are a good fit over there. So we have a 24-hour service, all your fuel needs, and if people download the app, they get 5 cents off the fuel price. We have E85 winterized diesel fuel, so we're a good stop for all your fuel needs. And with the fueling, it's full-size convenience store, packaged liquor, as you guys just talked about. We'll have propane filling, fill any type of propane tank. Big part of the business is the barbecue grills, but if the RVs or vehicles that are powered by propane, we'll be able to fuel their propane. Video gaming is somewhere down the road there after that's hopefully approved. So we're a great one-stop shop for if you live in the neighborhood. Like a typical Saturday, if the customers want to come over, you can get your fuel, get your car wash, convenience store items, packaged liquor, ice, propane filled, and some other services. So I think we have a lot of services for the neighborhood. And Alex can talk about the car wash a little bit. The car wash is a big part of our business.
Mayor, trustees, thanks again for having us. I've had the pleasure of working with both Rons so far. And we take, obviously, any kind of feedback very seriously. It's not an excuse, but with Kinder Morgan, we believe that we're going to get that done by the end of the year. Unfortunately, we have to have a Kinder Morgan rep at the site to oversee any work done by the pipeline. And they told us initially that it would be at the end of 2023 and then move that date to 2025. But we're actively seeking a workaround to get it done sometime in 2024. Again, not an excuse, but context on why it was pushed back. So we're really excited to get that access on Division open as quickly as possible, because we know it's key for our customers, it's key for our business, and it's important to the site, of course. So the car wash is a big part of obviously what we do. The one nice thing about gas and wash is no one has to guess what we do. The car wash it'll be our 23rd car wash. And true to the Christmas spirit, the first weekend will be free car washes, so tell your friends to come on by for a free wash the first weekend. We're also going to be offering free membership for the first month, so pretty exciting, and we make it easy to cancel. It's not ambiguous if you're out of town for whatever reason. So come by, check out the club, and enjoy it for free as well for the first week. It's also been a great opportunity as we've grown, as Len's mentioned, the opportunity we provided our staff. There's a number of people that have started as kind of a car wash attendant and worked their way up through the organization that are now in key positions and kind of going to be leading our wash at Crest Hill. So really excited about the opportunity that we've been able to afford some of our key members. And again, thank you guys for the support, and we're excited to open our first location in Crest Hill.
Well, then, we certainly want to welcome you to the city of Crest Hill. Your other 27 buildings are first class. I told you that when we first met. You're a first-class developer. You take a lot of pride in the way your buildings look and how they are run. And I see what you did for the city of Crest Hill at that intersection. It looks fantastic there. Again, another first-class operation on your part. So thank you very much for that. And I hope everything works very well for you at that location.
Thank you.
As far as the work on Weber with extending that medium, is that something that's going to happen fairly soon or first thing in the spring? Because that, you know, what Ron was just saying, that work wasn't done.
Yes, it should be happening, I believe, first thing in spring, but I'll provide Ron with a follow-up at the exact timing.
Is there anything that we can do as a city or with our legislators or whatever to help move this Kinder Morgan
If you
pipeline
could
thing?
light a fire under Kinder Morgan to get a rep out and assign a time, it would expedite the process.
Because, I mean, it's phenomenal how quickly you've done all the other work. It just, these last few points here that.
Yeah, and again, we thought we were gonna have that rep out on site at the end of 2023, and they just said, hey, I mean, they dictate to us as a governmental body, right?
We actually had a construction meeting today, and the access on division, comes up every meeting, and we're trying to dial back in to see where the breakdown came of why we're not allowed to just put the driveway in over the pipeline. Was it not installed properly? I mean, everybody drives over pipelines with driveways everywhere, So we're going back. I know they potholed it a number of times and found out where it's at and this and that, and, we're going back through that now with the engineers to, to me, it doesn't seem right. It should have, there's a breakdown here somewhere. We're trying to really get to the bottom of it right now.
The as-built state that the pipeline is lower than they actually made it. So it was a challenge as a developer because you don't know that until you start potholing at that exact spot.
Sure.
And that's something that we want probably more than you want. I think the vehicles will find their way in there, but we want to make it as convenient for them as possible.
Yeah.
Not drive down Weber for a little while.
I mean, yeah, a lot of us drive there and live near there. I mean, I've seen it even before it was developed. People were trying to turn into the right in, right out that was there, even though it was going into the empty field, because a lot of people thought that was a turning lane for Division Street. So that's another fear that I have, is that people are gonna get into that lane, and then, I mean, not so bad for you, because they're gonna end up in your business as opposed to turning on Division Street. But there's just, there's a lot of concerns here that we really wanna make sure it gets done in a timely manner here.
And we'll be watching it.
Appreciate it, and good luck to you guys for everything.
Okay, Merry Christmas.
I certainly want
See
to
you this
welcome
weekend.
you to the city of Crest. This is an our ward.
Yes.
I know for a fact we have some kids that are very excited from the housing behind you at Zauza that, one of our teachers, that I know she's my friend, her kids are very excited, they're gonna be walking to Dunkin' Donuts. And like you said, it is one-stop, shop for everything, but it feels more like a field day, the way you would explain it. By the time you do everything, you will spend a couple hours, there. But I was gonna ask you, Alex, how long have you been with the Gas and Wash?
About 3.5 years now.
You're very well spoken,
Thank you.
very well. You have a good one right there. Congratulations.
He's not going anywhere.
Well, welcome to the city. I did have one question for you. What were you gonna do to deter any overnight parking of semis? Because that's not what it's not a truck stop, it's more of a gas and shop and keep moving. What kind of steps are you gonna take to prevent the overnight parking? Because I know that's a concern.
It'll be signed, and the people on duty will be informed to move them along. We're not looking for
There's no
overnight parking either.
There's no spaces for them to park as well. And, a lot of the majors, Love's, Pilot, they have agreements with fleets at certain price points, and they can only shop there. We're more local traffic, not the major fleets that are gonna be stopping there and parking overnight.
Okay, well, I hope not, because that is becoming more and more of a problem in the city, is just with the increased truck traffic, that a lot of them are parking, looking for a place to park overnight that's along their route where they can stop for the night, they don't have to keep driving, so, just looking out for those concerns.
Are you looking to do a ribbon cutting at all?
Our marketing people will take care of that.
We'll,
They do it, it's just not day one.
we typically do it 6 weeks after we open. We'll definitely want Division to be open so we can really kind of announce to the community that Gas Wash has been open.
Ward 2 in the city of Crest here.
Thank you.
Let us know when you get your state license, and I'll sign the city license, we'll be good to go. I know, I believe you've already paid, have you not? I think so.
Yes.
Yeah.
And thank you for building in Crest Hill.
Thank you, and Merry Christmas. I think we do have a state license.
We do.
You do have a state license?
Yeah.
Okay, we'll just need a copy of the state license, and stop in tomorrow, we can give you the liquor license from the city of Crest Hill.
Okay,
Okay?
perfect.
Ray, just as a
Thank you.
point,
Appreciate the time. Merry
just a second,
Christmas.
just a second. As a point of clarification, I think that you approved the ordinance, you didn't approve item 11 unless the vote was for both. So I just want to make sure that we've got a formal vote on both 11 and 12. I think, according to our clerk, you took a vote on 12, which is passage of the ordinance, but I don't know whether
Yeah,
you actually separately
Did we not
approved.
take the vote on raising the packaged liquors from 10 to 11?
Yes, we did that, but we
That's the
didn't approve
ordinance.
their liquor
Yeah.
license.
But then there's item 11, which is the approval of the liquor license, unless the motion was to do both.
That was just for information of
Okay.
how we got here,
All
from the vetting and the process that he went through.
Okay. I take it, I'm just belt and suspenderings here. No, nobody from the council wants to vote no to granting the packaged liquor license.
Well, it's the liquor commissioner's choice, but
Right.
realistically, the number of license should come before us before
Right, which is why I think
issuing of the
he
license.
skipped 11, but they should have been backwards, but I just want to make sure.
Do we need to do it?
No, I think the clerks, I mean, the item 11 is basically informational, it really wasn't for approval. The approval was number 12, which is the ordinance, so.
Correct. That's what we did.
Right, it says approve on 11 rather than just,
Oh, okay.
you know.
All right,
that-
okay.
So that's where the clerk asked me the question, so I'm just making sure the clerk's happy, the council's happy, and I'm okay, so, and obviously our applicant's happy.
Thank you.
All right.
Welcome to Crest Hill.
Thank
Merry
you.
Christmas.
All right, the only other thing for the mayor is just want to wish everybody a blessed and Merry Christmas and a happy and healthy New Year. So with that, we'll move on to city clerk's report, our city clerk, Christine Verche Hall.
Thank you so much. I only have one request, approval of Autumn Ridge Town Home Association would like to use the community room for the year of 2024. It'll be on January 18th, April 18th, July 18th, and October 17th. Council, your decision.
So moved.
Second.
We have a motion by Alderwoman Gazal, seconded by Alderman Jefferson for the approval of Autumn Ridge Town Home Association to use the community room in 2024. Questions or comments?
Chris, how do the logistics of this work? Does somebody come and unlock the door and stay here during the duration?
Yes. We notify the police department and Public Works, and then the two of them work it out together.
Okay, thank you.
Roll call, please.
Tina Oberlin,
Yes.
Mark Sepiti,
Yes.
Nate Albert,
Yes.
Joe Kubal,
Yes.
Scott Dyke,
Yes.
John Burchett.
Yes.
Darrell Jefferson.
Yes.
Claudia Gazal.
Yes.
Motion carries, thank you. Upon the clerk's office, we would like to wish everybody a very Merry Christmas and a happy and safe New Year. And also upon the clerk's office, we would like to send our deepest condolences to Alderwoman Claudia Gazal on the loss of her father. And that's all I have to report tonight.
Any questions? All right, thanks, Chris. Moving on to our city treasurer's report, our treasurer, Glenn Conklin. Good evening, Glenn.
Good evening, Mayor and Council. I have a couple of action items in front of you. First one, I'm going to turn it over to Dave Strahl regarding software module purchase.
Yeah, this was discussed at the work session. It was for My Time. It's an additional module to the system that we currently use. His initial purchase of $8,500 and $1,650 for annual maintenance for the program.
Dave, what exactly are the benefits to using this system? What would it provide us that we either don't do or takes a lot of time to find that information?
Well, we get away from the manual time clock. People will be able to clock in, clock out, make a time off request and be processed by supervisors, which are done manually and by paper now.
Thank you.
Sure.
So moved as presented.
Second.
We have a motion by Alderperson Oberlin, seconded by Alderman Sepiti for approval of purchasing the My Time module from Civic Systems for $8,500 and entering into a contract for annual maintenance for $1,650. Questions or comments?
Yeah, my only concern is a cell phone login, that we would be apprised of how that would be instituted and where, when it comes time.
The geofencing, yeah.
Yeah, so that, you know, there's no possible use of, you know, misuse or abuse.
Well, we stated in the work session, that should be only public works.
Well,
Building department.
well, it'll be based on the position, like the building department, for example, if they're going right out to an inspection kind of thing.
But no administration, because
Yeah,
they need to be in the building.
It can be done individually, based on the position. It doesn't have to be universal.
Thank you, Dave, for doing that.
Sure.
Roll call.
Nate Albert,
Yes.
Joe Kubal,
Yes.
Scott Dyke,
Yes.
John Burchett, Darrell Jefferson.
Yes.
Claudia Gazal,
Yes.
Tina Oberlin.
Yes.
Mark Sepiti.
Yes.
Motion carries resolution 1198.
Thank you, Dave, and thank all of you. Next item I have before you is the approval, or I seek approval of our list of bills through December 13th, 2023, in the amount of $835,132.72.
So moved as presented.
Second.
We have a motion by Alderperson Overland, seconded by Alderman Jefferson for the approval of the list of bills. Questions or comments? Roll call.
Claudia Gazal,
Yes.
Tina Oberlin.
Yes.
Mark Sepiti.
Yes.
Nate Albert.
Yes.
Joe Kubal,
Yes.
Scott Dyke,
Yes.
John Burchett,
Yes.
and Darrell Jefferson.
Yes.
Motion carries. Thank you.
Thank you all. Informationally, additional payroll for police retro from November 20th, 2023 to December 3rd of 2023 was in the amount of $14,275.01. And lastly, our regular and overtime payroll from November 20th, 2023 through the 3rd of December 23 totals $261,300.17. That's all I have for this evening, with the exception of if you have any questions. But I'd like to wish everyone a very Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays. Thank you.
Any questions of the treasurer? All right, thanks, Glenn.
Thank you.
Moving on, unfinished business. We have nothing on the agenda. Anyone? New business? Anybody?
Well, it's not new business, it should have been unfinished business. I think it was a couple sessions ago, I asked about job descriptions. Can anyone give me an update on where we are with putting those, job descriptions together for the staff?
We have job descriptions, I think, for every position, is that correct?
Yes, we have job descriptions already prepared. They're dated 2019. Is there a desire to update those or do something beyond
No,
that?
just to see them.
Okay.
You know, I could come and visit City Hall and see them, or,
I'll be happy to email them to you.
I think you should email them to all of us, please.
Sure.
Thank you so very much.
Okay, anybody else? Unfinished, new business? Committee liaison reports, anyone? City council comments, positive city council comments, anything you'd like to share with your constituents? Anyone like to go first tonight? We'll begin with Alderperson Overland.
Well, I want to wish everyone in the city of Crest Hill and in this room a very joyous and Merry Christmas. Remember what the season is about. Reach out to other people. I mean, it's a wonderful time to do a good deed and pay it forward, whatever you'd like to refer to it as. But just think, there's always, my mother taught me a lesson when I was a very young girl. She explained to me that no matter what you think, there are always people in this world that are far worse off than you are, and you have an obligation to help them. And I've never forgotten those words, even though it's been 60 years. So everybody take a page from my wonderful mother's book and have a Merry Christmas, Feliz Navidad, Joyeux Noël, L'Haim, anything you celebrate, I want to hope you have a wonderful celebration. And my deepest sympathies to Claudia on the passing of her father. What a terrible thing.
Alderman Sepiti?
Well, I just want to congratulate all the award winners tonight from the holiday house lighting contest. It was really, my family and I drove all throughout the city to see all the entrants, participants, but I was just thrilled to see so many others that really looked really good, and I want to thank everybody for doing that for the city. Thank you very much.
Alderman Albert?
Yeah, I kind of echo what Mark just stated about the winners of the contest. I just encourage people that do put a lot of hard work into consider entering the contest next year. There's a lot of beautiful homes. It really does brighten up the community. But also, Merry Christmas and Happy New Year to everybody. 23 was a great year, I believe, for the city of Crest Hill. We're in this awesome building. We got some exciting things coming in 24. So, God bless.
Alderman Kubal?
Just wishing all a Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays.
Alderman Dyke?
I want to start off by thanking all the people who decorated their homes, the nice job they did. I know I drove around with my wife and my grandchildren, and they really enjoyed all the decorations. They really lit up themselves looking at them. Also, condolences to you, Claudia. And also, want to wish everyone a very Merry Christmas. Hopefully everyone takes time to not only appreciate everything of the season, but the real reason for it, and hope everyone has a happy, healthy, and prosperous New Year.
Alderman Verche?
I'd like to wish everyone a Merry Christmas, if you celebrate a Merry Christmas, and a Happy New Year, and hope 2024 brings more progress to Crest Hill and the rest of the country, and make everybody safe and healthy.
Alderman Jefferson?
I'd just like to wish everyone a happy holiday season, and my condolences to my colleague on the loss of her father, and hey, I admire your passion, and I want to let everyone know that I admire your passion, and that the city can become prosperous and move forward and progressive in the new year.
Alderwoman Gazal?
Okay, I got this. I just want to wish all the residents, all the staff members, elected officials, Merry Christmas, Happy New Year. If you have family, you have a dad, you have a mom, enjoy them to the extreme, because life changes really quick. That's all I can say.
Okay, public comment. Anyone like to address City Council? Please step to the podium, state your name for the record. Your address is optional. Linda?
Linda Dyke, Kelly Avenue. Where are we at with this house on Wilcox?
1709 you're talking about?
I think the neighbors have had enough. And I'm really, seriously, gonna FOIA every police call to that house. I'm gonna get a petition and go door to door. Either the city's gonna be sued, or we're gonna sue the landlord. Somebody's got to do something about this. I shouldn't have to worry when I come home that I got somebody digging in my garbage can. And I told them, I said, you better get out of it because I'm gonna run you over. I had a package on my porch that was taken. Now I hear other residents are having them taken. I seen the police out there last night, right in front of my house again. I'm tired of it. I pay good taxes. We shouldn't have to live like this. And everything that happens with the crime goes right back to that address. Did we ever serve this landlord? Did we ever send him a letter? He comes there with the truck, 5 o'clock in the morning, and he goes into that house. I think he's part of the problem. Something has to be done.
I can meet with Attorney Stiff and with yourself and kind of talk about it and see where we can go from there.
Thank you.
Okay. Anybody else? The record show no one else has approached the podium. To our attorney, Mike Stiff, there is a need for an executive session.
Yes, there is, Mayor, under 1 122C1 personnel, 122C2 collective bargaining, and 122C11 litigation.
Motion would be in order.
So moved.
Second.
We have a motion by Alderperson Oberlin, seconded by Alderman Jefferson to go into executive session at 8:15 PM. Roll call, please.
Joe Kubal,
Yes.
Scott Dyke,
Yes.
John Burchett,
Yes.
Darrell Jefferson.
Yes.
Claudia Gazal.
Yes.
Tina Oberlin.
Yes.
Mark Sepiti.
Yes.
And Nate Albert.
Yes.
Motion carries. Thank you.